bought him a mini heater for free but charged him to use your shower?
Yeah.
Why?
No, she been had the heater.
I been had the heater. I didn't buy it
Why did you charge him to use your shower?
because it's money that I need to get.
How much did you charge him for the shower?
$20
$20 to use the shower?
No, it was more than that. I gave her 40. I offered
for
it to
twice.
her.
Yeah.
I offered it to
He
her.
offered me, so I took it.
She didn't tell me
I
that I
didn't
had to
charge
pay
him.
it.
Hold on. Would you have required him to pay you to use the shower? All right, sit down. Thank you. All right. So now what you're saying is the room was over 70 degrees
That's what he said.
when the city inspector came. But so
Yeah.
you're saying he lied. The city inspector lied. And let's not hem and haw about this because if a city inspector came and falsified a document because his boss is friends with this gentleman's boss or partner, it's much worse than lying. That's a crime.
I can't say whether he lied or not. I could just go by the statement that he
Okay,
made.
so then we have to assume that it was over 70 degrees in there.
If you want to assume it, yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and open this up to my colleagues for more questions.
How do you come to $3,000, Ms. Torres?
I'm suing him for illegal eviction. That's one. Two, suing him for no heat. And three, suing him for breach of the lease.
Mr. Roberson, is that the case? Could you stand up here, sir?
Sure.
What did you fix in the house?
I installed the steam boiler.
When was that?
I did this all the way up to Christmas Eve, late finishing the job.
How old was the boiler that you replaced?
Say that again, sir.
How old was the old one?
It was pretty old, yeah.
Okay.
How old?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you know whether it was working during the period in time that Mr. Torres says it was not working?
Can I say something? Because
Well, do you know the answer to that question?
I own a property in Watertown.
Okay.
I built the basement. I installed a furnace. I keep it at 65 degrees.
Yeah, I don't care
My
about that.
my
I just want
furnace
to know,
never goes
just to
on.
answer my question, was this boiler that you fixed working in November?
I installed it in December.
You have no idea whether the old one was working in November when this man was complaining about heat.
My point is, in Connecticut, it's not even getting cold for the furnace to go on.
Where did he say?
Sir,
Not even cold.
so you're saying it's okay if you keep it in 65 degrees and freeze out your tenants in Connecticut. I'm simply asking you whether the boiler that you replaced in December was working in November.
I don't know, because they asked me
Thank
to
you.
repair it in
Okay.
December.
Thank
and
you.
I
That's
repaired
all
it
I
in
asked.
December.
Thank you, sir.
Now, may I address the courts?
No. Okay. You can sit down.
How old is the boiler? You can answer that, right?
Well, it was there when we purchased the house, and we purchased the house in 2004.
Mr. Torres, why didn't you move?
One, it was winter. Two, I couldn't find a place online or anything like that because I was looking for other places to move.
Did you ever ask him if you could break the lease early without penalty?
Well, there's no break in the lease because it's month to month.
Oh, it's not a term?
No, it's just month to month.
Oh.
Miss, the only reason
Why
why
did you say until the
I
lease
said
is up?
I'm waiting for the year because I usually do the year lease. If I notice that the place, I've never
But
gone
you
through
don't
this
have a
before.
one-year lease. You have a month-to-month
Yes,
lease.
it's a month. Yes.
You give 30 days notice and you vacate.
At that time, I didn't have nowhere to go.
I'm done.
Okay. The parties are excused while we deliberate in this matter. Thank you, gentlemen.
This one's tough for me because I do feel that the defendant neglected in some way his tenants.
I think I want to give him something. And we do know that he had been making complaints and the defendant hadn't been responding before he had to call the police. So it's not like he filed the complaint right away.
My concern is that this guy seems like a scammer to me. The fact that he had his friend charge him for showers so that he could tell the landlord I had to pay
for the inconvenience,
but then
Rachel.
he told the landlord I had to pay to take a shower, so I need that money back from you.
Okay.
Yeah, he felt like he needed to pay her.
That's
not
is
scammy. That's actually being nice. I feel bad for the guy.
No, I don't. I do think there was a period of time where the hot water was not working, and there was a period of time where the heat was clearly not being adequately addressed. To me, that appears to be about a month and a half. I would give him back half the rent. I would even go so far as to give him back half the rent for 2 months. I would go up to $500.
What amount are you trying to give, Dan?
I'm trying to give him half of those 4
So
months.
you're 1150.
I'm at 1150.
I'm 1150.
Okay.
All right, so we all agree that there's some liability on the part of the defendant, but we don't agree on the amount that is owed to the plaintiff.
So I'll dissent just as to the amount.
We have a verdict.